crazy with no glass jaw. A spit of light saliva, you could never survive her. Streets got a code of couldn't decipher. Watch the way you talk when you talking to me. And if you didn't know, it's the NEC. Every day cannot stay the same. Yeah. But one thing that's never gonna change. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever. I forever reign. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, forever. If you don't love me, you must hate yourself. Either way you play with me, you gon' play yourself. Don't be stupid, decide that I'm the same. A new Rover and they still ain't got the range. Can't even hang with doing.
Well, to the locals, it's still and will always be Heinz Field. But for the rest of us, we're along the north shore of the Allegheny and Ohio rivers at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Guys, you got this. Just win.
An undefeated start against a winless Skid. Let's see if this week goes chalk or if it's an upset brewing in week 4. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw right away. Finds a man right side. And they catch up to him, but not until... One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They send one of the tight ends in motion right. First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Second down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap to Fields. Forced out to his right. Working the sideline. Oh, he got it. Drug the feet. That's a catch.
That one came with a higher degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch while staying in bounds.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. Flies past the first, inside the 30. And he'll finally be taken down at the 25. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down. They'll run again with Brown. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Offense in the hurry up here. Second and 13. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
Fields now, 3rd and long. Getting out to his left. 13-yard line. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue. Working inside the red zone. Chased out to his right. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. This ball's caught by Pickens. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Another throw for Fields. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers finish up an excellent opening series. Chris Boswell for the point after. The kick is good, and expect that to stand now. This flag appears to be the player who jumps early looking to block that kick. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. Even after the penalty, they'll just move it up and kick the PAT from the 10. That kick a whole lot easier after that penalty, right? And he sent it through. Now Boswell on to send this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. First snap, and Lamar's going to throw. And the Steelers get home. They drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
First couple snaps, first drive of a game, it's all about who can land that opening punch. Gain that first advantage in a game-long back and forth. Well, that opening punch was a solid cross, maybe even an uppercut that caught him right on the job and sets an immediate tone for this defense.
Trying again, following the set. He's on the move. He can run it. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Brought to the ground by Dante Jackson.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Jackson now on 3rd. Escapes the pocket. Throwing on the run, deep down the middle. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Ooh, and he's out of bounds before he can break it upfield. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And the Steelers will take over possession. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Here we go. 6 on this drive. Up.
They'll run it for the first time with Jaylen Warren. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Man in motion here. Play action, Fields. Has it downfield, working the left. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. A gain of 27 yards there. And that's a Steelers first down. Shotgun handoff to Warren. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. Throw complete to Warren. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Catch made by Chase Brown. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. We've arrived at the end of one on Thursday night. 7-0 is our score. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. It's Steelers ball as we return for the second, and they have to be thinking points here. 1st and goal, Warren. Has the Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers take a 13-0 lead. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Now Boswell on to send this away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Second and 8. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. That's caught at the 25. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. The penalty erases an exciting turnover, makes it 1st and 10. Running it after the penalty. Big gap up the middle. And he is all the way ahead to the 13-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Catch made by Keaton Mitchell. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Working quickly here. Lamar now from the gun. Cut near the goal line. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. Justin Tucker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Fields out of the gun. This will be cut by Watkins. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now it's 2nd down.
Angel. Here we go. Good.
They put a receiver in motion right. 2nd down and 10. Fields has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Here we go.
From the gun, a give to Brown. And he made the most of his running room on that one, getting it down to the 27. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Easy. Let's go.
From the 27. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
Straight ahead, it's Brown. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. Oh, he trucked that defender. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this piece down.
No one around. He's got space. Hits the 20. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Ravens tie things up at 14. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Fields. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And that'll bring up second down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Throwing again on second down, Fields. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. The rookie out of Miami with the pick. And the Ravens get the football as he makes his third interception of this season. First and 10 from the 41. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Throwing deep for the end zone. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Tez Walker touchdown. Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Brown on the inside give. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. From the 39. As the open man downfield. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They motion the tight end over. Fields on first down. Warren's got it, complete. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Warren here from the gun. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Shotgun snap to Fields. Working the sideline. Oh, he got it. Drug the feet. That's a catch.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
Fields now on third. And got his man. That's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers earn the chance to tie before halftime. George Pickens the touchdown. Boswell to add the PAT. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Steelers tie this game at 21. Now Boswell on to send this away. And he elects not to bring this one out, so no run back, and we'll pick things up from the 30-yard line. They're out and set, first and 10. Running out of the gun with Mitchell. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning. like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
Putting the tight end in motion. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. That's likely on the quick slant. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Complete Derrick Henry. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
First down throw for Jackson. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Again, it's Jackson to the air. Pressure's there, and the steel curtain closes on him. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Jackson now, 3rd and long. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he finds him in the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take the lead just before halftime. It's a Tez Walker touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. We'll see how they choose to use these final 22 seconds, Brock, of our first half.
Here we go. You got get your base. What? Hey, Right.
First down throw for Fields. He's on the move, and they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down.
Here we go. You good.
Another try following the sack. Buys time, rolling right. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. It's a gain of 29 yards. And that's the Steelers' first down.
I'm sure, Coach, a play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Extend. Hey, Ted.
back to throw. Rolling left, buying some time. Throwing on the run. It's complete. Oh, my. They left him wide open downfield.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw when you throw it that deep outside the numbers that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They send the tight end in motion. Mitchell gets it from the gun. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here we go, 2nd and 9. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. They've got a man in motion. Jackson now on 3rd. He's got the hook up to Adams. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Baltimore lined up in punt formation. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. So no return on that punt. And it'll be their football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Don't jump. Ready?
Out of the shotgun, Fields. Escapes out to the left. He tucks it and takes off. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. That's Odafe Oweh with a stop.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Hey, catch. Here we go.
Fields out of the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. Back to throw. Here's Fields. Taking a deep shot here. Into a crowd, and that pass is intercepted. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Ravens get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, no doubt they envision that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
This finds Likely. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. They get 19, and now they're going to have first and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Henry can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
So from the 3, here's second and goal. Lamar now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
So now, here's third and goal. Henry. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. Offense up to the line fast. Running for it. Here's Henry. And this one doesn't go far. And he will not get there. They stop him on 4th and goal. What a stand to force that turnover on downs.
These 4th down runs, it's all about want to and will. Want to keep it conservative offensively, try to move it across, but that defense was having none of it. And now they get themselves off the field.
Defense can't stop you. Hey, Monday. Let's control the trenches.
Back in his own end zone, looking to throw. This ball's caught by Pickens. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Nate Wiggins getting up to end that play.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
A run with Brown. And he's up to the 7-yard line as he gets hauled down. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
3rd down from the gun. On the move, headed right. That one ends up a gain of 6. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Has a man, it's Brown. And they're able to drag him down as he reaches the 15-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Going with Brown on the ground. salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Here we go, son. 11.
Receiver in motion, headed right. Fields on third. He beams one, deep right up. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Ravens will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
You know, Kate, once you've thrown a couple picks, it's easy to become check down Charlie, right? Just throw it underneath and not take any more risk because you don't want to throw what he just did, his third interception of the game. It's time to protect the football at all costs. And if not, well, that backup better get ready.
On first down, Jackson finds a man right side. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Completed to his running back. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Brought to the ground by Dante Jackson. We've reached the end of the third quarter on this Thursday night. It's Ravens ball as they try to keep that lead and close out a win. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Shotgun snap to Jackson. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens parlay the interception into points. Tucker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens drive their lead to 11. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Out. Boys, let's keep it up. Chips hit.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Warren's got it. Complete. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
Fields on first down. And they pick him off again. There he goes on the right side. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Ravens push their lead to 18. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Fields coming back after the pick. He's got Brown on the slant. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
Shotgun snap to Fields. He's on the move. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. Connection made with his running back down the middle. And what a hit there. Oh, she faced the press for moving the chains that time.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Another throw for Fields. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers get it back to within 2 possessions. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Boswell to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers make it an 11-point ball game. Now Boswell on to send this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Jackson. Complete out to the right. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Here's 2nd and 2. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
Oh, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Henry's going to try to pick it up. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the 2nd level. Well, someone from the 2nd level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
Takes this in at the 25. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And it's going to be their football coming up. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 40-yard line.
Hey, Ken. Hey, Ken.
We got that cheat code offense. Split them here on
Wait.
this side.
Here's Fields to throw. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's a Steelers 1st down. Out of the shotgun, Fields. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Ravens take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. The team total is now up to 5, Brock. 5 times they've picked this offense off.
Say it a 3rd time for me, Kate, would you? Twist the knife for all the fans of this offense watching at home.
5 interceptions in one game. You just got to marvel at how well they played in coverage from start to finish.
Yeah, this goes beyond marveling. This goes to best case scenario in their game plan. This is one of those special games where absolutely everything is clicking. These defenders, it's like they're seeing the entire field in perfect 20/20 vision.
Mitchell up the middle. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Ravens close to beginning the year 4-0. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Walker going in motion left. Oh, giving it to the wide receiver on 3rd and short. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Fourth down, here's Jackson. That's cut beyond the marker. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Left the offense out there on 4th down, Brock, and look at the result. A big gain. They got 15. The Steelers calling their first time out. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. They send a man in motion. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Flushed out of the pocket. He sends this one to the end zone. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens have likely locked up the win right there. It's a Tez Walker touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. That one right down the middle. And the Ravens push their lead to 18. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Here we go, son.
Fields out of the gun. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Brought in inside the 20. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers get it back to within 2 possessions. Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers make it an 11-point ball game. Now Boswell on to send this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. He puts some power on it deep. Wide open down the field, and he has it. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens make it a 3-score game in the 4th. It's a Tez Walker touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens push their lead to 18. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Here we go, son. Angel.
Fields throwing here. Has it downfield, working the left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
You know, Kim, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. Now it's Fields. Has him on the quick hitter. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. All right, set now. 1st and 10.
Here we go. You got a mini basement. Why not? Hey, Ken. No muss.
Back to throw. Here's Fields. Trying to push it deep downfield. And he sails that one over the end zone. Took his shot at 6 that time. So it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Go.
2nd down and 10. Fields. get him yet again. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Ravens take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Slot man motioned over. They go play fake with Jackson. That's taken in by Henry. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line. The timeout arrives with just 3 seconds remaining in this game, so we've got one more snap coming up.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Lamar now from the gun. He's throwing deep to the left side. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. First and 10. Here's Jackson. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And their start to the season not cooling off by any means as they move to 4-0 on the year. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh.
can't live life in disguise. Cause real recognize I ain't gotta compromise. I keep it concise, the gang tight like ties. On the industry advice, I'm outside with some good fellas and some nice guys trying to live life in disguise. We lit in real life, we don't pay to be verified. We just manifest, lay and grind on the rise. We defy the odds like it's nothing, time after time. God bless this eternal shine, yeah. Eyes on the prize, it's my life sold up. 5:45, got the lights on us. Fires for the side of an ice caller. You know that ride till the tides fall off. She know I'm a D, I got a date with destiny. She coming to me, cause I got the flavors and recipe. She racing to me like an athlete. She two with the G's, don't see no way, Eyes on the prize just to see how far I go, yeah. Shooting star, yeah, all over the globe. Hard work, all I ever know. So nobody could tell me I'm not wet my way and go, yeah. I'm in my zone, yeah, through this microphone. The way they looking at me like they seen a UFO. Two in, two up, back ends, booked up, look up, I'm flying, yeah, I'm free now, see now, society's time me release now, crazy, I'm finna go see now, big style, big deals, vitamin water, that's a big one, 6 mil, coach came to me like I'm D1, like Will, got 17 hours to the flight out. Only got time for a night out. So tell me what you want from me. We ain't getting no younger. So tell me what you want from me. We ain't got too long, no. You know I gotta catch my flight. You know I gotta reach new heights again. You know we're running up at night. You know I only get one life for this. Went through. J. Cole said it's millions and millions, but I'm the king and adjust it all. Really wanna wipe me down, I got more patience than a hospital. Sweaty better beef with me than never beef with life's obstacles. I'm bad as a bone out. I'm way too toned to be toned down. Too big, so I'm cocky. From the back while I'm Twitter with my phone out. Got an Eminem deal, but I'm Hershey 6'2", dark skin, with a purpose. Never voicemail on my phone last night to myself saying little Curtis, yeah. You know I gotta catch my flight. You know I gotta reach new heights again. You know we're running up at night. You know I only get one life for this.
Ay, wake up, shot calling. Paid what I bought it. New crib, psychotic. I'm so iconic. Fly down to see the islands. She ain't even bring a wallet. They don't get it, but I got it. I'm so iconic. Yeah, straight out the Lennox. That phone for hours. I'm straight out the minutes. They calling up Dion and straight out the business. We take out the Sims and then take out percentage. Period, break out the minutes from capital M. Now we straight out the sentence. They pay out the payout. I'm finished. Then grade out the lake house. The bay watch the women. I gon' meet your maker. Lord, please don't save him. Minor bumps as I've been paving the road. I go to sleep, go major. Silver too, but I've been playing for gold. That metal keep close range. I cleaned up, still dangerous. Can't change West Philly raised. Wake up, shot calling. Pay what I bought it. New crib, psychotic. I'm so iconic. Fly down to see the islands. She ain't even bring a wallet. They don't get it, but I got it. I'm so iconic. Got your stacks up, but you ain't got no rings, yeah. Got my stats up, I'm living out my dreams, yeah. Stretch this condo, I can fit a limousine, yeah. Ain't that ironic? I'm so iconic. This be my tunnel music. They cut that confetti, I'm running through it. They clear that whole lane, I'm running through it. And if they run at me, let my youngins do it. I just married, I'm honeymooning. I got hot on my own and ain't nothing coolin'. I don't punch in no clock, I sun and moon. I'm shot, bullet, proven, let it go. Wake up, shot calling. Pay what I bought it. New crib, psychotic. I'm so iconic. Fly down to see the islands. She ain't even bring a wallet. They don't get it, but I got it. I'm so iconic. Got your stacks up, but you ain't got no rings, yeah. Got my stats up, I'm living out my dreams, yeah. Stretch this condo, I can fit a limousine, yeah. Ain't that ironic? I'm so iconic. I'm so iconic. Yeah, I'm so iconic. Yeah, they don't get it, but I got it. Ain't that ironic? I'm so iconic.
Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Their spot like, ayy, 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 ayy. I gotta get it, man. Shout out, I'm fully committed like, ayy. I studied the target, I'm never gonna miss it. I call that precision like, ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Grandma was in A, auntie was in it, ayy. Mama had AAA, I wasn't scared to crash anyone anyway. I ride a shotty while bro had a get away. I gotta penetrate, I gotta generate. I got like 20 some years to my hood, now I gotta go live away. I'm out of town, but I'm not on the getaway. I spin a giveaway. You mean I'm the generous king for real? I the sleep, then I light up the street, got screaming like Billie Jean for real. I'm from the M, I got M's in the bank and M's in all my streams for real. Feeling like Phil, they be living like Carlton if I leave him in the will. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Their spot like, ayy, 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 ayy. I gotta get it, man. Shout out, I'm fully committed like, ayy. I studied the target, I'm never gonna miss it. I call that precision like, ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Baby, I'm loving it. I think I'm ready for kids. She said when to stop trying to in her face. That makes sense. I'm going up past LA Brent. I'm going off no fail, say switch. Yeah, me and my team go back like plastic cup boys on some tailgate. Okay, look, all eyes on me. I feel like I'm Truman. No, we finna win it, cause I'm about to lose it. I don't give a computers disputing. I go off a field, no heads, just shooting. I die for my team, I'm the coach, I'm recruiting. I'm spending my time and I'm saving the day. I feel like a mutant, I'm built like a student. I'm feeling bilingual, cause I'm in Nigeria, rocking the Cubans. My life is a highlight reel that I keep on looping. You can't just tell me, you gotta prove it. Stealing, they first name is Lupin. I'm hitting harder than Ayuk, and they sending shots for some high, just juke it. Hitting my desk, I'm B.I.G., you know I can't forget that I do it. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Their spot like, ayy, 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 ayy. I gotta get it, man. Shout out, I'm fully committed like, ayy. I studied the target, I'm never gonna miss it. I call that precision like, ayy. Shooting my shot like, ayy. Hit the red dot like, ayy. Finger on the like, ayy, 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 ayy.
Every day cannot stay the same. Yeah. But one thing that's never gonna change. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever. I forever reign. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, forever.
The people they make go and dollars they make grow and everything's for show, but I will remain cold and eager. The queen don't talk to the meager, a leader. Who you know in the Zephyr? Been through the trenches, gutter fields and stenches. Gone ball, they filling up the benches. Half-court shooter, spitting from the medulla. Life for the game, they talking like I'm the doula. Nobody wanna duel or defend the throne. I'm a dog in the zone and your man's is bones. I don't fear the stones, I flash the paws. Don't be talking to me crazy with no glass jaw. A spit of light saliva, you could never survive her. Streets got a code up, couldn't decipher. Watch the way you talk when you talking to me. And if you didn't know, it's the NEC.
Every day cannot stay the same. Yeah. But one thing that's never gonna change. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever. I forever reign. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, forever.
If you don't love me, you must hate yourself. Either way you play with me, you gon' play yourself. Don't be stupid, decide that I'm the same. A new rover and they still ain't got the range. Can't even hang with, doing big things, but the fame ain't changed. Trying to maintain, but your chain can't blame. On a new plane, but your main can't tame this. Same dame, but the rock got bigger. Might buy the drop top, got more figures. Pull up in the lot, still block pop. The posse can spot. Come and go, but I still check. Now I ain't saying I'm the best, I'm just saying that you're not. I got it all, baby, give it everything you got. And arrogant, sitting in the booth, I ain't even